Hey everyone, in this video we are going over matrices, intro to matrices. This should be a pretty quick unit, pretty easy unit because most of it can be done in the calculator. So hopefully this will, if your grade is not wonderful, hopefully this will help your grade, or if your grade is wonderful, hopefully it'll add some extra cushion because I think everyone will do pretty good on this. So a matrix is just an array of numbers. It's basically a chart of numbers. That's all it is. And we do different things with matrices. Matrices are really used for data collecting and all of that kind of stuff. And most of the time it's done on a computer program behind the scenes, but they are using matrices. A matrix is divided into rows, and rows run left to right, and columns, which go up and down. The dimensions of a matrix depends on the number of rows and columns. So we look at the size of the matrix. How many rows, how many columns does it have? So if we're looking at matrix A, when we do dimensions, it's always the number of rows times the number of columns. So matrix A has rows run left and right, so there's my rows. It has 2 rows, and the columns run up and down. 1, 2, 3 columns. So matrix A is a 2 by 3 matrix because it has 2 rows and 3 columns. Now each number in a matrix is called an element. So B has an element of 10, -8, 0, and 6. And elements have specific names, so we know which element we're talking about. So we usually we use a lowercase letter, and then we put 2 little numbers in the bottom corner called a subscript. And those numbers tell us what the position is. So the first number is the row, and the second number is the column. So whatever element is the very top left, we would call that A11, not A11, A11, because it's in the first row and the first column. So for example, this element is A13 because it's in the first row, row 1, and it's in column 3. Row 1, column 3. So for example, we're going to find B12. So we're looking at matrix B, and the first number is the number of rows. So it's row 1, but column 2. And where those meet is -8. So -8 is in row 1, column 2. So we have some examples. Example 1, what are the dimensions of matrix B? Well, matrix B has a total of 2 rows and 2 columns. So it's a 2 by 2 matrix. What are the dimensions of F? 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 by 2. C, 1 row, but 1, 2, 3 columns. 1 by 3. Now we're going to find some elements. So we're going to find A21. So we're going to go back to A. Second row. Second row, first column. That would be 7. That's where they cross. B22, second row, second column, 6. C11, row 1, column 1, -2. See if you can finish the last 3 examples, questions 7, 8, and 9. So pause the video, write those in, and play the video and see if you're right. D13 would be first row, third column, 11. E31, -9. And F21 is 0. And that's it for this lesson. Told you it'd be easy. If you have any questions, let me know.